Welcome back to the channel, the Dystopian Man, TDM. Please like and subscribe. Get your ledger link in the description. You can also donate to the channel using Bitcoin, Cardano, and Ethereum through the wallets down below. So we're getting into this now. So this is from a channel called Talkland. People are going homeless and sharing their tragic stories. So as you know, we've been doing some looking into people's situations in terms of finance, right? And how to avoid these situations and the sort of accountability that you have to avoid it, and the lack of accountability that people have, which leads to this sort of ending in situation. Now, one thing I do keep saying on these videos is, what do you think is going to happen when you're 50, 60, 70 years old? People keep thinking it's a joke when I'm saying this. And as you can see here, we're about to get into this here. Do you see selling her body at 68 years old? Let's get into it.
Yourself doing this the rest of your life?
I'm 68 now.
Your life ain't over, girl. Your life ain't over.
Well, how long you want me to do it? Good God, 68. There's nobody. They already teasing me. I'm the oldest in Tucson.
And the thing is, they're teasing her now, but what makes you think they're not going to be in that same predicament if they're not doing right with the money they have? And the reality, if you're in that situation doing that, I'm not just talking about like, this. Now, I don't support, the adult content, let's just say, right? But you do what you want to do, and there's certain situations, and even in that realm, there's levels, right? There's levels, you know what I mean? And being on like Skid Row at 68, having to do those sorts of things to survive when you should be sat up looking near retirement, a lot of people are going to find themselves in a similar situation.
Oh, word?
Already teasing me.
Okay.
That's old.
So how long are you gonna do this? Just till you can't walk anymore? Just like as long as you need
Well,
to, I
I'll
guess?
have to slow down in the future, but I can't just keep doing it. You know?
Yeah. So Queenie, right?
I came from Florida, and
How long you been out here?
all summer,
Okay.
and I came to look for an Indian husband, and I get a little $800 check every month. Social Security.
This is the problem. If you're going to end up, I was just talking to my friend actually saying this. Yeah. I was saying, whoever's going to keep just relying on the government to resolve this situation instead of look at what the government's doing and moving with them and putting their money in the same places they are, is going to end up in this situation. I think one of the things I realized about money, right, is technically because money is always going to go down because of inflation and because of debasement, money is worthless. So if you're waiting a month, let's say, or however long it is, I'm not too sure, but let's say a month for an $800 check, that's only going to go down in value per year. You're not setting yourself up for the best sort of life, the best sort of chance. And as you can see here, like 68, being in this situation, I don't think she's homeless, but I'm guessing she is tragic. It's really something else.
But that's all they give me is 800. So I still have to come out and try to work a little bit. $800 a month and $90 in food stamps is not much to live off of. So I come out and I pick up a few dates. Now the most interesting man that I met was a middle-aged white man. He was about 60. And we went to his house and he paid me $100 and we watched Disney Borden on television. And I gave him a nice job. That was one of the exciting adventures.
I mean, who grandma? I mean, this is hard to react to because it's really sad. To be honest, it's like it's a case of if you don't laugh, you cry sort of thing. Like, but you have to start taking your finances seriously because this is where it ends up. Watching weird Disney things doing something strange for a little bit of change. You know, like do something strange for a little bit of change, just so you can make it through the month. Because these people have nothing saved, and when you have to think about it, 68 is a hell of a long time to have. Even if you started at 40, right? Let's say you was on a low income job. Let's say you was on low income, 20 grand a year. Let's say you're on 20K a year, right? So in 10 years, that's 200K. 20 years is 400, right? If you're being as tight as possible with that and invest in it, even when you get to that stage, you may not be able to retire, but you're still going to be more comfortable. You know, you might be able to turn around and use the money you have to indulge in, have an investment, maybe a few investments that bring you that extra money that she needed. Like if you had crypto and you were staking crypto and it was bringing you in the extra 100, like here, like you can see my wallets here, like they stake and bring in extra income per month. And I just throw it back in, it's just going to build itself up, build itself, build itself, build itself up. So if the crypto that I'm holding in there is worth something in that amount of years' time, it's just going to keep building itself. And like I already, like sometimes I do already pay my phone bill off with that, right? Pretty often. So there's other ways to make income, but it's about being financially educated, understanding finance. I think finance is a great hobby to have instead of doing things like this.
There you go.
And then,
Did you say Disney porn?
huh?
Did you say Disney porn?
No, Lizzie Borden. Lizzie Borden.
Oh, Lizzie Borden. Okay. I don't know what that is. Is that like an actress?
Oh, well, she was, Lizzie Borden, she lived around the 1890s.
Okay.
Come with me as I find somewhere to sleep for the night outside because I'm homeless and I've explored all my options. I've pretty much called any and everybody that I
Did
can
she say
even
she
think
explored all of her options?
of all my options. For the night outside because I'm homeless and I've explored all my options. I've pretty much called any and everybody that I can even think of to ask if
This is what I was saying about maintaining good relationships. A lot of people don't maintain good relationships. And because of that, when it comes to hard times, there's nobody to fall back on. And I think it's hard, right? Because the thing about good relationships, if we're being very honest, right? There's not a lot of people out there, and this isn't you watching, obviously. It's not you, right? But there's not a lot of people out there who you can actually have good relationships with in terms of like if misery keeps company, then if you're running around with somebody that's spending a lot of money and you don't have any money, then your situation is more likely going to be worse because you're running around with somebody that's got bad habits as well. Not only that, sleeping outside tonight, it's not great.
I could stay with them, but no such luck. It's crazy because usually me, I'd be crying right about now. Especially like, what the fuck, you know, nobody really wants to be on the street, but I don't know. It is what it is, but I did like try and post an ad on Craigslist, but I'm pretty sure you know how that turned out. I was just gonna crash at somebody else's house, like just from the ad.
Hang on, but hang on. I take that back. So you posted an ad on Craigslist, right, to crash at somebody's house instead of thinking, can I post an ad to sell something? See, this is the sort of mentality that gets you in this situation. You're trying to think of a band-aid instead of a way to actually get out of a situation. Like, oh, I'm homeless, can I crash at your house? Craigslist, like, yeah, it's all right, come over. It's crazy, like.
And I know not safe, but I mean, neither is sleeping on the street. At this point, I just really want like a little motel, hotel, something cheap, so I don't have to be on the street tonight because it's cold as fuck out here.
Right, I'm sorry.
Oh,
I won't get past it.
Homeless can look like. This highway motel is $300 a week. That's $1,200 a month for a room and no amenities. Rental.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about saying all this stuff, but none of it ever says what he's doing to get out. For example, the first thing I seen when I go back here.
If not,
I don't know if you saw it.
We'll just be out here.
This is what being homeless can look like.
Why have you got a guitar in the corner that could be sold for profit? It sounds like I'm being a-hole, but I'm really not. Because when you're in this situation, you have to do everything you possibly can. I'm a bit skeptical. I've seen this one before. I'm a bit skeptical with some of the stuff he says. Like, says he's applied for 15 jobs or something. If he has, great. If he's applied for 15 jobs, then keep going, and you'll get better. You know, maybe rewrite your CV a few times, so you'll end up getting one. You just have to keep going and going and going.
This highway motel is $300 a week.
That's what I mean, like $300 a week. Okay, what was he gonna say
It's
here?
$1,200 a month for a room and no amenities.
I'm telling you straight off now, rather than pay that £300, right? If he's living in that sort of situation, I would rather, and it's going to be tough, right? Pay £300 for a cheap car. Right? You can get a free cheap car. Stay in that for say 2 months and do whatever I have to do. Maybe stay in this room like in here a night or two, and then get myself a larger thing to stay in, like an RV or a caravan. Like it might be crap, but after I do it up a bit, put a little, because then you've got some. If you've got your what we like to call when we were starting doing a running road, what we like to call our GTA starter kit. If you got your little GTA flat or your little hub where you can go back to, even if it's a hub on wheels, right, whatever it is, if you've got something, right, because if I don't know how much he's on, right, but if he's paying that just to stay there and he's not investing, I mean, it's difficult to say. You know, $1,200 a month. Yeah, it's really expensive, but for a room with no means,
Rental
it's definitely.
units in this area have income requirements over $29,000. The only store nearby is a gas station with a 10-minute walk along a road with a 50 miles per hour speed limit.
But again, it's a lot of victim claiming, telling you about the situation instead of focusing on what you're going to do to get out of it. And it's like, yeah, I live in this situation. Yeah, you do. I don't. Not being disrespectful, not being mean, not being rude by saying. I'm saying what did you do that got you in that situation, and what did I do that got myself out of it? So I was more down bad than this. And I'm not trying to say, oh, well, yeah, but I mean, like, you have to change your way of thinking if you actually want to move forward. This is why the channel is called The Dystopian Man, because I think this is going to happen to a lot of people. I think when it comes time and ish really hits the wall, right, with all the debt and everything, it's going to be the people who can make an income out of nothing, or crypto, things of that nature, stocks, real estate, who are going to have the last laugh. I genuinely believe that. And there's no talk, oh, I was saving and something bad happened. It's just,
Work 6
this is
days
my
a week.
situation.
A week's pay is $330. I've applied to 15 jobs within the last month. I've heard back from 2, and that's including my current employer.
Okay, so you've just started, right? So, yeah, I mean, $300 a week, it's not great, right? But it's something. You've heard back from 2, right? The one you've heard back in a week, so you've only just started working, right? So this is what I mean. It's like, what do you expect? You've not had much time to obviously save or do anything. You've got your jobs. Now you have to just give it the time it takes to keep saving, investing, trying to better your situation. People overestimate what they can do in a day and underestimate where they can be in a year.
Self-sustainability is impossible in these conditions. I and so many other people are stuck living like this just to stay warm. The only reason I can afford to eat is because I get a shift meal at work.
Chat, I don't know if y'all saw Jaco's post.
First off, sorry, James. Yeah, see what I mean? First, I don't know if they're fake or what,
But this nigga getting evicted. And y'all know that's where I been laying my head. Let me show y'all something. I don't know what we finna do, y'all.
yeah, you're gonna have to get a
I
job.
need
Bro.
y'all to cash at me ASAP.
See?
I'm gonna have to sleep in this packed jam car. Let me show y'all something. I'm gonna have to sleep in here.
This is what I mean. It's all about looking good first, utility second. The chains, the shades, where you sleeping in your car. There's certain people out there, they got the nicest car on the drive, but they don't own a house. So if they ever lose a house, they'll be living in the car. But at least you got the car. You know, if you're gonna live like the problem, like, because even what I was gonna say then, if you're gonna live like this, you have to make sure, even if you modify your car in some sort of living space, but people like this wouldn't even think that far ahead. And you have to plan it. We saw the woman at the beginning, 68, 68. Like, what am I gonna do? Like, I mean, you're gonna have to do whatever it is you have to do. But more time, I don't understand why people just can't get a job safe. Sorry, I know it sounds like mean and cruel, like just get a job safe. But what other if you haven't got the skills and you're sat there asking, what am I going to do? Just begging online. What else could you do? What else can you do?
I'm gonna have to sleep in this packed ass fucking car. Somebody help me. I'm homeless. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna fucking do, y'all? Y'all been clowning me for being homeless. Now I'm really homeless. Y'all better watch this video so I don't have to be homeless no more. Help. Help me, nigga, please. Help a nigga out.
Hi, everybody. I'm just
Help yourself.
sitting here thinking about the rent prices. You know, if you made 20.
It makes no sense you sat there thinking about the rent prices when right now you're in a car homeless, you're gonna have no rent. You need to be thinking about how to resolve your situation if you're working. The thing is, right, what people don't seem to realize, there's good and bad for everything. And even being broke, there's a good side to being broke. And even being homeless, living in your car, there's a good side to being homeless and living in your car. And it's the fact that you have your biggest bill gone, which is your rent. And if you get a decent sleeping bag, you can live cheap, you don't really need much else. And you can save a heck of a lot of money in a short space of time. Living that way for like a year or two, it's not great. It's not great. But if you're in that situation anyway, make the most
$25
of
an
it.
hour, 40 hours a week, $1,000 a week. You still can't qualify for a place because the average place is $1,500. And I'm just playing to the people that own property. Stop going through the property management places and just require the renter to have renter's insurance. Like, how can people afford a place to live now? Like, even $25 an hour can't get you a place to live.
And this is why you have to start as soon as possible. You have to be saving, and minimize your outgoings as much as you can. The problem is a lot of these people will talk about the situation, but they won't tell you, right, I have this coming in, I spend this on this, I spend this on that, I spend that on that, I spend this on this, I spend this on this. This leaves me with this, and I go and have a addiction to this, which is why I can't pay my rent. It's like I say, a lot of people's positions are self-inflicted. But a lot of the time, you won't know it, and because the videos they make you feel like instead of just owning up to what they've done.
So how do you stop being homeless? This is my question. How do you stop homelessness with these prices? We got to do better.
Already.
See what I mean? We have to do better. She don't have to do better. She's homeless. She don't have to do better. But homeowners, we have to do better.
Guys, welcome into my little tiny home on wheels. Starting with the bed, it's a 2-inch memory foam mattress topper I do have some...
Okay, right. Dude's trying to do something. Okay, I like what he's done here. Right, it's not the ideal situation where you're making something out of nothing.
Carpeting underneath and a yoga mat. I have 2 pillows over there. My cooler's right here to the side. I have an extra thermal bag for my Uber Eats deliveries back here. I keep my ring light here.
Okay, so he lives in his car and he's doing Uber Eats. So yeah, it's a hard hustle, but pretty much the majority of the income he makes, he can put into just investments or saving. and grind like that until the situation changes. And if you know about market cycles, it might be a 4 year period. That's all you'd have to do. It's not really that hard. It isn't
Here
really
for
that
when I do
hard.
TikTok lives. I have a little battery powered lantern from the $1.25 tree. You
Still
can
doing
see
this
over
TikTok
here, I
thing,
have
trying to do this
another
thing.
one of my fans. They are rechargeable. They last about 3 or 4 hours on a charge, and I do have 2 of them. Coming around here to the side, this is where I keep most of my belongings are underneath this blanket, my clothing, knickknacks, necessities, things like that. That's where I keep everything. There's my daily journal. I always like to have a quote every day. This is today's quote. There's my little buddy on the road.
I'm saying, my man's doing this thing. Like, almost like he's doing this thing, like he's doing this thing. But you know what I mean? He's trying to make the best out of a worse situation. But I'd like to hear what you're trying to do to get out of it.
Ditch. And then over here in the front, I keep another delivery bag for my Uber Eats deliveries. I have a dry cooler there for my dry goods, non-perishable things like that. Up here, I have a cup holder for customers' drinks for my deliveries. I have my books. I have a trash can. I keep like my wipes. I have some Miss Myers room spray, which is amazing. And yeah, that is pretty much it for the tour. If you'd like a more depth tour, please visit my channel. And
I mean, at least he's done that. You know, like
watch my
more than
videos.
I
I'd
did.
really appreciate it. And thanks for watching. I hope you have a great day.
I usually don't do this because I'm ashamed. But at this point I'm desperate and I need help.
Why do people wait till they get desperate to the end of their tether before they need help? What, like, the time you need to kind of start asking for help, especially in financial situations, right, is when you know there's a problem there. Because unless you take care of it, right, it's not like, say, like if you cut your finger and it's going to heal itself up, right? The problem with financial situations, right, is once that cut's there, it's like it's never going to heal until you stitch it up, until you make the payments and pay what you have to pay, because it will always damage your credit file or follow you around. Will always do that. So the place where we really need to start helping each other is with financial education. I know I say it all the time, but it's so true. Learning about budgeting, learning about investing, learning about how to make income, learning about business, learning about sales, learning about the investment cycle or macroeconomic cycle. You know, learning about these things. And the more we teach each other these things and the more we ask for help before we get desperate, it's going to keep us from getting into that situation.
I need help. I am currently in a hotel with my son. I don't have a car and I just don't have no support. And
I don't really understand what that bit had to do with anything. You know, I don't have a car. Like, it's like the victim thing again. It's like, yeah, you might feel trapped, but I don't have a car. And there's millions of people out there that have a car. But
and at this point I'm losing it. I don't know what else to do. I don't know. My options are
you don't know what you don't know. And this is what you tend to see. I don't know what to do. I don't know. I don't know what to do. And people don't look to find out or know what to do. I suppose, I don't know. Maybe I'm a sort of person who had something in me that went like, because I was in a situation, I snapped, and I was like, I have to. I was like, I'm tired of this. I literally said to myself, yeah, I don't understand why people don't get that. This, but it happened to me. I said, I'm tired of this. I was sat here in a similar situation in tears, and I said, I had to learn what is going on. I have to understand what this is all about. I have to understand how people get forward, how people move forward in life. And I sat down and I said to myself, what am I gonna? I'm gonna pick up a hobby, and my hobby is gonna be something that's going to improve my situation. And I said, what's going to improve my situation? And so many people, and I knew it was going to be finance, so I picked up the hobby of finance and started learning about the markets. And so many people live by stupid rules like money's the root of all evil, money don't buy happiness. Well, not having it leads to this. And I'm telling you now, the more people that you stay around that have that sort of mentality where it's saying money don't buy happiness, the more you end up like this.
Are so limited. My money is limited. Again, finding a job is extremely hard, especially when you're a single mom. Like, I'm just really
Victim. Especially when you're a single mom. What do you think? There's billions, not billions, maybe billions of single moms out there. Definitely millions, hundreds of millions. You know, when you're a single mom, I don't feel sorry for you because all you chose, that it's the consequence of your actions. Right.
in a really, really tight spot right now, y'all. And I don't know what else to do, but I hate having to come out here and ask for money or anything like that. But if y'all could just like the video, comments, if y'all could share it. I mean, even if you would like to send me something, anything would count. I just need some help right now. And again, this is really hurting me because I don't like telling my business. I hate asking for help.
You have to get broken to tell your business. Instead of like in the beginning, like, yo, I don't know what I'm doing with my money. I don't know why I'm in such a bad financial situation. Can you help me out? Someone show me where to go so I can learn. It's right, can you help me out? Try and dig me out of this situation. You've got no way to even get yourself out of the situation anyway. You've got no way to stay out of the situation. Do you know what I mean? Let's say we gave her 20 grand, right? Let's say we gave her 20 grand. What next? What's gonna happen when that 20 grand's gone? Because she has no idea of how to use it to make anything else. No idea how to budget or no idea how to make money from money or do anything. Because this is what happens when you don't have the skills. And this is why I say to people, business or finance, creation, business or finance. I realize now, being the financial person in the family, so many people come just to talk to me and understand. Oh, hang on a minute, then it's not that hard because I dumbed it all down. But you have to really take your finances seriously and learn this stuff. And once you learn something where, like, even being good with money, people will come to you and you can even charge them if you wanted. So it's not financial advice, but if you want my time, well, I do this. That's how I do it. I just do this, and I tell them what I do. And I mean, it's all free on YouTube, but people are that lazy, they can't bother to even search it up. But I do feel for people like this.
It makes me feel weak. It makes me feel embarrassed. It makes me feel like I'm not being good as a person. I'm not a good mother. But I don't know what else to do. I don't know what else to do. I don't know. So again, if you guys just like the video, comment, share, just engage in the video. Hopefully that would help. If you would like to send me something, again, it's fine. I'm not asking for a certain amount or anything like that, but I really need some help.
I mean, crying on TikTok ain't gonna get you out of nowhere. I've seen so many videos out of this, and I don't feel sorry for people. I have to be honest. I think that, especially in the black community, there's a divide between the men and the women at the moment. The strong, independent black woman thing is really coming back to hurt a lot of women because people don't people don't know how to work together and create a unit. And two heads are better than one, and two incomes are better than one, and four hands are better than one. If you can work together and invest, and I always say invest because it's the correct thing. There's not much. The world is not that hard to figure out. You know, just look into the stuff you're not taught. And it's really basic finance. If you look into finance, if oh, hang on a minute, people are what? The one thing I've heard so many people ask themselves, why were I not taught this in school? Like, it really is a matter of just getting your shit together.
The housing law guru is becoming homeless today. See, homelessness literally affects everyone. Homeless today. The housing law guru.
So you've got a woman here that's a housing law guru who's becoming homeless today because with all the laws, right? The reason why why she's a housing law guru? Because she hasn't paid the rent. There's not many housing law gurus, are there? No. Why? Because people just pay. Instead of becoming a housing law guru, just pay
Is
your rent.
becoming homeless today. See, homelessness literally affects everyone, even people who know what the legislation is and how to, deal with the practicalities of becoming homeless.
Practicalities. That's one way of putting it, or just not paying your rent and taking the piss. Like people don't like this. Like, see what I mean? They put more time into becoming the housing guru, right, than how to get out of the situation.
Nobody's safe. And the only reason I'm becoming homeless is because I burnt out in last December, and I had a really good job. And because I burnt out, I couldn't go back to that job because I was so mentally fucked. So yeah,
Victim. So I left my job. Let's just boil it down to what it was. I couldn't be bothered no more, and I left my job. Mentally burned out. I get mentally burned out. You don't just fucking quit. This is the problem with these people. Like, it's like I say, it's self-inflicted. So you had a job, so you chose to become mentally, but not chose. Right? You chose to leave your job and become the housing law guru, and look where that ended up. People, if you don't leave your job, man. If you don't do not do it, man. Don't do it. Don't do it. Find a way to add an extra income or make income from the money you have. Learn how to stake cryptocurrencies or something. It's not that hard. Really isn't that hard. Right.
basically I look like shit because I'm packing up my house right this second. So I'm just letting you know what's going on, really, because that's why I've been a bit sketchy on here. I'll be back soon, though. I will be back. Actually, before I go, can you tell me what your thoughts are about? I need to create some money, basically. So I'm thinking about having a membership subscription thing on here where I can help people like one-to-one.
At least she's thinking about something. I think it's a pretty bad idea because it didn't work for you, really, did it? For being honest, I'm just being honest. Not be disrespectful, not be a bad mind, but yeah, I wouldn't want your help because you didn't stop yourself from
Because
becoming homeless.
I can't.
Well, again, it's
I
a
would love
form
to
of
help
just
everybody for free, 100%, but I ain't got the time to do it. But tell me what your thoughts are, because if I can do something, and then even just a little bit.
So many people just quit their job and just trying to do this like TikTok sort of life, and it's not going to work. Like, it's going to work for a small amount of people. There are a small, very, very, very small amount of people that are able to make money from this. I just do it yeah, you can. I'm just thinking if I do this, and this is my mindset in terms of doing it, make the channel, right, about something you care about, which is finance. Do that for long enough over like a 5 to 10 year period. You got just see where you are, right? If it's monetized and it's bringing something in, then it's another stream of income. If it's not, okay, I'm helping people, right? This person here, she would give you terrible advice, like, I'm the housing law guru. Oh, so you have this one. And this is what I said in the other video. This is what people want. They want a way to get out of things instead of just dealing with the situation head on. So instead of just like, well, the way to get out of it is to pay your rent. It's right. So you go there, you tell them about law section 27. This section 27 means that you can't be kicked out under a full moon on the seventh day of whatever. It's ridiculous. So I implore you to save, spend less than you earn. Always try and earn a bit of money. Don't work as hard as you can. Work as much as you can. Right? Don't work as hard as you can. Work as much as you can. and invest that money and learn how to make more money from it. See your money. This is not financial advice, but I like to see my money as soldiers that go out for me. That I can plant seeds and they grow and it drops more fruit, and I can plant them and it grows and drops more fruit and I can plant it. It's crazy. Like, even if you get to the stage where you can make yourself even just $10 recurring income, you sit there and think to yourself, like, wow, that's $10 I can make myself forever. And your whole mindset starts to change. But yeah, I don't want to rant too much. I think that's enough for today. So yeah, that's TDN, the Dystopian Man. If you'd like and subscribe, like I say, you can donate to the channel. You can also get your ledger, link in the description. And peace.